magic missile and shield, it becomes like an arms race, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Every wizard must have those two. So I
Yeah.
kind of got the feeling like it was probably too good to be true.
Yeah, and it makes sense because magic missile, there's no roll involved. You know, at
Yeah.
least scorching ray, you have to roll to hit with each of those rays. So
Yeah, exactly. So, well, the old wand of magic missile isn't quite as awesome as
yeah,
I thought it was. It's still pretty awesome.
but that one save is going to be harder now because if
Yep.
you're doing more than what 20 damage, then it's going to increase the DC of the save.
Yep. Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
And it still can never miss. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It seems like even better in this version because just because of the bounded accuracy, you know,
Yeah.
the way they kind of put the lid on numbers,
Yeah.
and magic missile relatively got way better.
I agree.
So Kyle, you're gonna go with Dimension Door and Wall of Fire.
Yeah, I already added them.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with Dimension Door. I mean, it's
No.
like pretty much always useful. It's always your oh shit spell.
I mean, only takes like a vocal component too. So if we ever get in that tied up situation, just I'm out.
Yeah, and the range is 500 feet, so that's pretty cool. Or you can just describe by stating distance and direction. That's pretty sweet. And one willing creature of your size or smaller.
So did you guys see the errata for the player's handbook that they put out?
I did.
Pretty sweet stuff. Nothing really groundbreaking in there. Most of it's kind of obvious, I think.
Yeah. Right, right.
Like, wow, do we
Yeah.
really need to spell this all out?
Right.
But
Well, yeah, a lot of them were like, when this power says you can only use it once per day, what they mean is you can only use it until you take a long rest.
right,
Okay,
yeah,
well, that's kind of implied with how it's written, but
yeah.
cool.
And
Wow.
there's Trevor, King Trevor,
King Trevor.
the uncle now, right?
No,
He must not be able to hear me.
no, we should make all kinds of fun of his
I know.
crown now that he can't hear us. Maybe you heard that.
Do you suppose
Oh,
he
he's
has
out.
oh, I was going to make fun of him, but now he left.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you think he has an inflatable girlfriend to go with his inflatable hat.
Getting a little close to the mark.
Oh, man.
Yeah, level 7, baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Trevor's coming back. He's spawning slowly.
He had to respawn. He got spawn camped the first time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and no crown now. He must not have liked my joke. That wasn't a very nice joke. Shame on me.
So I gotta spend 100 gold pieces to cast Stone Scan
I
every
have a
time.
crown too.
Every
Get
time.
the same crown. It's the same crown.
Mhm.
The Lord and Lady.
Of Lance Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Diamond
Oh, yeah,
dust
you're
worth
right.
100 gold pieces.
Boy, they really limited that, didn't they? Is it concentration too?
Yes.
Nice.
Resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
I know I'm a grumpy old DM, but I really like all the limitations. How you can't like rape the game anymore like you used to be able to. Here, let me cast my 10 buffs before we fight the dragon so that it's not even a challenge.
Yeah. Good luck trying to keep track of all that crap too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. And then in Pathfinder, they try to limit it by having like bonus types, but then you had to be like, oh, is that a morale bonus? Or
Right.
Is that like a such and such bonus? Yeah.
Yeah.
It became so unwieldy.
speaking of Pathfinder, I have some episodes of Game Master's Journey coming soon where we actually talk about Pathfinder and don't make fun of it.
I still play in a couple of Pathfinder campaigns, and I like them.
I know. I realize that I pretty much every time I've mentioned Pathfinder on the show, I've been fairly negative about it.
Fairly negative?
Yeah, and yeah, I don't like. There are things I like about the game, so I'm glad that I had someone on there to talk about it, so we can say good things about it.
What's your big riff with it?
It's just for me, it's too complicated. It's too crunchy. But I love their adventures. They have awesome adventures, and their adventure paths are really good. And I would rather play Pathfinder than 3.5 or 4th edition for that matter. So
I like that.
Still the best.
I was just going to say that what I like about Pathfinder is that I find that even though it's gotten really like sprawled out and there's so many different things, I do feel like there's a lot of like flavor there. If I want to create a certain character concept, I can usually find a lot of stuff that fits that.
Yep.
Instead of trying to like fit a square peg into a round hole. I suspect 5e will get there, but for now, like there's so much that you can go through. If you want to make like a really kind of like interesting character, there's usually ways of doing it.
Yeah, I like how you can take basically any ability you get as a class or as your race and swap it out with something else, which is, I really like that. I hope they end up doing stuff like that with 5e. Like you could make, I don't know, like a dwarf that instead of dark vision, you have something else cool, you know? You can just really like customize a character to like a crazy degree, which I really like. That's probably my favorite part of Pathfinder is making a character.
Yeah,
Wow.
me too. And I can spend a lot of time on it, like a crazy amount of time on it.
Yeah. And I think the highest level I ever ran was like level 8 or something. So I never did like high level play, but I've heard that it just gets agonizing. And I did 3.5 like all the way past level 20, and that got pretty agonizing. Like where one combat would take your whole game session.
Wow.
And that's like a
edition.
6-hour session.
My Pathfinder game, we've been doing the same combat for 2 sessions now, and I think we're finally at the last person. Oh,
Oh
I think we're
man.
finally gonna win on Monday.
Yeah, I need a little bit more of the other two pillars of the game than just combat. You know,
Yep.
they need a little more of that exploration and role playing, really, to keep me interested at this.
I gotta give my Pathfinder GM one thing. He does do a very good job of when we don't have to do combat, making it a more well-rounded game, but just
Yeah.
can't completely avoid combat.
Yeah, I mean, a good game master can turn something. A game system that's not that fun can make it fun, you know.
Yeah.
And a bad game master can suck the life out of anything too. That's also true.
So everybody's here but Nathan, who will be here when he gets here. I just want to warn you guys real quick that I may actually wrap this up a little early tonight. I don't know for sure, but I was out of town yesterday, so I did not get as much time to prep as I normally do. So it kind of depends how far we get, how fast. But if we get to a place where I don't feel comfortable, I'll just end it early because this chapter is a little involved.
That sounds fine.
And it's a really cool chapter, and I don't want to like screw it up because I didn't prepare for it enough. So but I mean, it may not even get to that point because I can never predict how far you guys will get.
So now we're on our way to an airship.
That's right. That's
An
right.
airship, a flying castle is what I thought.
Oh yeah, flying castle. Sorry.
Flying castle.
Tomato,
That's right.
tomato. So can I get some wingware? A little crossover. Maybe we can make a little stop in Red Larch.
Yeah, see, that'd be really nice jumping from a flying castle. You'd really get
Yeah,
some distance out of that.
Really? We got to
All
set
right.
up a crossover game one of these weeks, Lex.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Battle Royal.
All right. Is everybody ready? Does anybody have any questions or no?
So we
Just
did
to-
take a long rest, right?
Yeah, that was the only thing I was
Yeah.
going to ask.
Yes, because you guys needed to do that to level. So I think that was the main reason. So you guys have like a 5-mile hike to this town of Parnast, which is where you were told you'd find the castle. So that'll take you about half a day. So we'll just say that you guys wake up and, you know, it's pretty early in the morning. So do you want to leave first thing in the morning or?
Yep.
Okay,
Up and out.
awesome.
Although if there's any food left, we'll probably eat breakfast.
Yeah, I'm sure there's food. They
If
have,
it's come in, eat it all already.
yeah, they have a lot of people stationed there. So, and yeah, when you guys get up in the morning, you notice that there are kind of kobolds all over the place, and you quickly realize that the kobolds are the servants in this place, and they're cleaning and all kinds of stuff.
Man, what a class imbalance.
Yeah, right.
This is why the cult needs to be defeated.
Because they're using kobolds as servants?
That's right. It's like slavery.
But kobolds are just your basic slave race.
Maybe you're right.
Okay.
Plenty of time for leftist politics on the road with.
That's hilarious. All right, real quick, how many of you have a Dungeon Master's Guide? Any of you? All of you? Dwayne does?
I don't.
PDF version.
Okay. So everybody but Chrissy and Trevor. Okay, that'll help later. You guys will know.
Why
better
do I
later.
need to get
I
one?
feel
No, you
I-
don't
I-
need one.
I plan on getting one in the next couple weeks, hopefully. Maybe this weekend.
It's a beautiful book.
I gotta
would get
wait
it
till I'm in.
just for the pictures of magic items.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love
I
it.
actually want to try and run a 5e game because it seems like it'll be a lot easier than my experiences with trying to run 3.5.
Oh
but-
yeah. I think
I'll
it's a lot
play.
easier.
I'll
I'll
play.
play.
I'm a good player.
I'm not, but I'll play anyway. All right, so you guys take off, and you are in this mountainous country. And Uzgrim, you've been here before, right? And you made a roll last time to try to know where you were, and you failed, right?
He failed badly. Yeah, he's been up north, but he didn't recognize where we were.
All right. Well, I will say that since you see more of the terrain on your hike, that you figure out where you are as soon as I find it. You are in the Gray Peak Mountains, which, let me see if it's on this map here.
Oh, yeah. To the east of Lork.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's where you guys are. You're in there somewhere. And Parnast is not on the map. But that's where you are. So you guys start walking. And like I said, it's only 5 miles. So the only reason it really takes so long is just because it's so hilly and rocky and stuff. But
Heaving.
yeah, high altitude too. So
Yeah, we're used to sea level.
and you are taking a road. It's not a very well maintained road, but at least you don't have to worry about navigating. And you guys walk maybe a couple miles to the point where the lodge is out of sight behind you now. When you suddenly kind of off to the side of the road ahead of you, you see this strange kind of shimmering in the air. And then you see this golden glow like in a rectangle about the size of like a really narrow doorway. And you see the silhouette of a humanoid figure like in this glowing doorway. And then out steps an elven man. And he is a wild elf. He looks kind of similar to Thurin in some ways. He's got kind of copperish colored, long, kind of scraggly hair. He's got some like tribal kind of tattoos on his face and on his arms. His arms are extremely muscular, like on par with Uthgrim. He looks like he could break trees for shits and giggles.
Mike Tyson elf version.
Yeah. He's wearing what looks to be a mithril breastplate with some like chain underneath it. And you see on the breastplate there are 4 runes, and each of them is glowing like a different color. One of them's glowing blue, one's glowing green, one's glowing red, and then one's glowing kind of a whitish color. And he has a scimitar on each hip, and the sword hilts that you know what you can see of them, they look very very high end. All his gear is very high end. It's either magical or at the very least very expensive, with lots of like etching and filigree and stuff. And he's wearing like an elven cloak, and he appears in this doorway that's maybe 10 feet ahead of where you guys are on the road. And he looks at all you as this doorway kind of glows behind him. What do you do?
Mastig will say, are you the gatekeeper? I'm the key master. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Uthgrim's wary, so he kind of like put his hand to his sword, but so far he's not going to take the lead in any conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, does he appear threatening? Is he threatening us? Don't threaten us, elf.
Well, he kind of has his hands resting on the hilts of his weapons, but he's kind of standing in what seems to be a fairly relaxed posture. So it seems more like he's just kind of resting his hands there than that he's gonna like try to cut your heads off or something.
So how close are we to him?
Maybe like 10 feet away.
Well,
So pretty close.
I introduced myself. I'm, Sir Uriel Eisenhart. And I will bow. So.
He says, "Are you members of the Company of the Golden Shoe?"
Yes.
Yes.
We are the Golden Shoe Company.
He says, "I am called Mistweave. I have been sent to bring you to my lady. She wishes to have an audience with you."
May I ask the name of the madam or this flying castle?
She's not a fucking whore, Uriel.
Yes, you may ask.
I put my stub to Uthgrim's mouth. Did I get a name? I didn't.
No, he said that you can ask.
Okay.
What's your fucking name? Uthgrim pushes Uriel's hand away. And says, "Well, what's her name, elf?"
My lady's name is Avriana Lightbreeze. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Oh dear God.
Have we heard of her? Has anybody?
Nivara might have, maybe.
I
What do I need to roll to know for sure?
History.
This probably was like almost like a good 5 sessions ago. But I remember when we were hiking and Uriel had that dream, he actually told the whole prophetic dream to everybody and mentioned this name to everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. That Mistweave.
Yeah, so all of you remember that, Uriel said this was this woman that he had this crazy dream about. Naivari, you remember reading about her in some of the history books. She was, by all accounts, a fairly powerful wizard who was active in the area around Waterdeep like 100 to 200 years ago, but not much has been seen of her in the last 100 years or so, to the point that some people think that she's dead or just moved on.
So what does your lady want with us, Mr. Eve?
To speak with you,
Lead
And-
on.
perhaps aid you in your quest.
Why couldn't she come herself?
She's very busy, and it's safer where she is.
I would imagine anywhere she is fairly safe. She's pretty powerful from what I understand.
I can guarantee your safety. You will not be harmed.
She's busy. We're not just standing here with a thumb up our ass.
You're through. Lead on, and
How far is it?
Just through this door, and he motions to the golden glow behind him.
That's not really
Those,
an answer. How long will it take?
You will arrive in moments. It's just like walking
Yes,
through a
but-
door.
Yes, but when will we get back?
Oh, I see. He says this will not delay you very much at all. Time
Okay.
flows differently there than here.
All right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Did I miss that?
No.
no
Okay.
mistake, you did not.
Well, guys, I guess, this is our option, so let's go. And Uriel will walk through.
Who the fuck is this guy? Look
What
at the
happens?
color. Look at the colors on his chest. They look just like the colors the cult uses for their dragons.
So is Uriel instantly vaporized, or what happens?
He steps into the glow, and for a moment you see his silhouette, and then it's gone.
Door of disintegration. Heard about that spell?
Yeah. I was like Rashak, Meshach, and Abednego, but I failed.
Anybody that has Arcana could make an Arcana roll to recognize the symbols on his chest. Oh, okay. Naivar's got that. They actually, each of them represent one of the elements. So the red one represents fire, the blue one represents water, the kind of white one represents air, and the green one represents earth.
Cool. Captain Planet.
But what about spirit, Uriel? What about spirit?
Not spirit, it's heart.
All right, I'll jump through the portal.
Okay. Also, Naivar, you from the runes, you think that they might like protect against those elements in some way? Like they're protective runes. So Mastic steps through.
Well,
I guess Durin would follow.
Okay.
everybody else is doing it, might as well. I mean,
That's the
we've
spirit.
come this far together.
That's the spirit. Want a cigarette?
It's what all the cool kids are doing.
People who start smoking right now will look hella cool. 4 out of 5 kids.
After Naivar goes in, Uthram kind of looks at it, steps back a few steps, and then runs and throws himself.
Okay. So Uthgrim's the last one through, right? Everybody else
Yeah, I
went?
think so. Well,
Okay.
assuming that our quiet companion is with us.
Yeah, he goes after Uthgrim, actually. But so you guys appear in this hallway. It has kind of arched ceiling, maybe 30, 40 feet above you. And it's just kind of a long, sort of featureless hallway with kind of polished gray stone floors. But along the wall on either side are mirrors. And they're like these full-length standing mirrors the size and shape of the glowing door that you just came through, and you each actually step through one of these mirrors when you come into this hall. And you guys are all kind of standing there looking around, and all of a sudden Uthgrim like comes flying out of the mirror, like full run.
Does like a roll, and then when he gets up, it's like ready.
Uriel's gonna, kind of put his arms out. He's gonna jump. And he's just gonna like almost test physics around him.
Okay. Make an Arcana roll, Uriel. Being a mage.
Can I get a perception check just in general on the room? Or...
Sure. Okay.
6.
Oh, and here comes Nathan. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So, Dwayne, don't you have some kind of item that lets you know like how far below ground you are or something like that?
Yeah, my prayer beads at the Delver property.
Okay. So with your perception roll, I will tell you that the stone around you is grown, not what do you call it when you shape stone? Carved? I don't know. Which is how elves tend to make their buildings. They actually use magic to shape things into the shape instead of like, cutting a tree and making it into planks. They'll just magically shape the tree into the shape they want, and they do that with stone too. And let's see, Uriel, you realize that you are not on the same plane anymore.
I'll announce that. we're not in the realms anymore, guys. This is different. This is very different.
What the fuck does that mean?
So I'll get Nathan caught up real quick. Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
So you guys were walking to Parnast, and this strange wild elf dude showed up. He looked like Mr. Universe with 2 scimitars, and he brought you guys through this glowing portal, which turns out to be some kind of magical mirror into this hallway full of mirrors that you guys are in right now. And that's basically
right.
all
we
you
went
missed.
through the looking glass.
That's right.
Awesome. Sounds like quite the trip.
Led by Elvish Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I heard Mr. Universe, so I just imagined Arnold Schwarzenegger elf.
I was picturing the face tattoo being very Mike Tyson-esque.
Cool.
Stop being green. Yeah, awesome. So I'm here. And this is the last session I'll be late to related to that job.
Oh, cool.
Because the place's last day is this Friday.
Oh, not cool.
Yay. And by yay, I mean sarcasm.
So next week we can go back to our old time then, right? That works for everybody?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
Cool,
And
cool.
I doubt somebody's going to walk up to me tomorrow and be like, here, brand new job. If they do, I'm totally for it. But chances slim to none.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm fully updated to my next level too. I don't know if I got my spells sorted out, but I'll take care of that as we go along. Hopefully, I think I am now. I think I took care of that last Thursday.
All right, so he's standing in here with you, and
Nope.
he says, "Come this way," and he starts leading you down the hall.
I'll follow.
Yeah, I follow.
It would have gone directly to her, but fine.
So he leads you through this hall and through some rooms and whatnot. And as you travel through this place, it seems like you're in a very, very nicely made and appointed castle. Those of you that know such things, the architecture definitely seems elven in form. All of the walls and the stone and everything is all shaped, and there's no blocks or anything like that, no mortar. And occasionally you might see out a window or something, and you see that the exterior of this place looks like what's that, like blue sapphire. Like it looks like it was shaped out of some humongous like blue sapphire gem, and it like kind of glistens in the light. And you see these strange birds flying outside the window that have 4 wings, and as they fly by, you might like kind of look in their eyes and detect a kind of disturbing intelligence there. Like you think these birds are actually pretty intelligent. You can roll, Chrissy. It'd be a Arcana roll.
That's more what I was asking. Yeah.
So yeah, they are. I forget what they're called, but they're basically birds that you find on the elemental plane of air, and they're as smart as people.
Are they the Arakakra? Okay.
No, because that's like
not Arakakra.
No, they're
Those are
actual
like-
birds. But
Okay, they're not bird people.
No, but they're intelligent. They're about as smart as a person. They don't talk or anything, and they breathe lightning.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Fucking hardcore.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah.
I want to be able to breathe lightning.
Yeah.
Navarro would just kind of offhandedly, nervously, just start explaining about the creatures that we saw as we were walking.
Oh, that's just fucking great. Like breathing birds now.
I don't think I wanted to know that. Like,
Oh, and I
Come here, Uriel.
I forgot an important piece of information I was going to give Dwayne because of his prayer beads. You, Masta, get this very sickening feeling of vertigo as you realize that there is no ground here.
So there's no way for me to be underground. So there's no distance underground.
Yeah, or the ground is so far below you that you can't even detect it, that the item can't detect it.
Wow.
You basically feel like you're floating in the air.
This is terrible.
For a dwarf, probably.
I don't disagree, Master.
Can I banish myself? If I cast banishment, it should take me back to my home plane. I think that's how it works.
As we're kind of walking, Thurn will just be admiring the elven beauty of this place.
Cool.
Cheers.
So you guys, at this point, you're going up this spiral staircase. You seem to be going up one of the towers of this castle. And eventually you get to the top, and you are on the top of this tower. It's maybe 60 feet in diameter, so it's pretty good size. But there's no walls or anything. It's like you get to the edge of this thing, and there's just like space or air. And from the top of this, you can see the rest of the castle below you, and you see that there's, some ground like beyond the castle, but it looks like the castle's on this fairly small island that is just floating in the air, and there's like some clouds around it. But you look down, and you just look down as far as you can see, and you don't see anything. In fact, you don't really see anything in any direction other than this little island kind of floating in the air.
That's pretty cool.
So you guys get to this kind of tabletop of this tower, and you see that there's a good sized table there with chairs around it, and you see standing at the table a woman. Uriel, you recognize her from your dream. She looks to be an elf with white hair, only she has a pair of white feathered wings on her back. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how your buddy Andrew had, but she's not as huge as he was.
I'll whisper to the group, this is Lightbreeze.
And she's dressed in like kind of flowing, like a flowing gown kind of thing that's somewhere between like a gown and like a toga. It looks like it's made of one cloth that's just like wrapped around her. And she says, welcome to my table, adventurers. Please sit.
I would take a seat, you know, as far in the middle table as I can, because that's the most important place.
Oh, someone in the chat knows what the birds are called. They're called arrowhawks.
Arrowhawks. And
Yeah, I remember those guys. Maybe I can find a picture.
And Uriel will say, "We are honored to be in your presence, Madam Lightbreeze."
Guthrum would very obviously like drag a chair out so that it's like a bit further away from the table and on an angle, so he can kind of like watch her and watch the rest of like the area.
Okay. So there's what the arrowhawks look like. They're pretty cool. So as you guys sit, you realize that there is food there, quite a feast. It either wasn't there a moment ago or you just didn't notice it.
Not for mastic. I'm just barely keeping my cookies down as it is.
At the sight and smell of food, just a few gags.
Yeah, and he's basically mastic's basically grabbing the edge of the table and just kind of holding on more than sitting down, just kind of trying to.
Okay. She looks at you, Mastig, and she says, "My friend, perhaps the ale there might calm your nerves." And you see that there's a flagon of ale sitting kind of by your right hand, and it looks like and smells like a very high alcohol, good dwarven ale.
All right, this seems like a trap. But Mastic would probably give in. I'm going to give him disadvantage on a wisdom check. Yeah, disadvantage on a wisdom save.
Oh.
Disadvantage.
Wow.
No. Mastic will not buy his... Well, how do I even get a 25?
I don't know.
Oh, because I have this... Okay.
Because you're awesome?
I'm good at that, yeah. That's how that is.
Nice.
I'll have none of your trickery, elf.
Hey, Mastic.
And I knock over the ale. Spilling on the ground.
Okay. She says it's no trick, I assure you.
Mastic, that is very rude.
Yeah, she said it's no trick. Of course, somebody that's trying to trick you would never say that. Not a trick, right? Come on. Gotta use the upstairs, Uriel. Use the upstairs part.
Navarro would say, I've heard tales of people going to other planes of existence, eating the food and never being allowed to leave again. I think I will pass on that.
She says, I see. Well, I suppose you've survived this long by being cautious. Although I assure you this is no place like that. This is merely a small plane that I've constructed someplace safe, away from the world.
Well, upon hearing that, Uriel swallows his food and puts his fork down. He didn't even know about that.
She says, well, if you don't wish to eat, then we can get straight to business. I know that you are very busy and you're on a very important quest, and I won't keep you long. But I've done some looking into this cult that you are following. Their plans are quite alarming.
Very alarming.
She says, I almost feel moved to do something myself about it, but I try to avoid interacting with your world much anymore. However, if this cult is successful, it will have impact far beyond just your world. Tiamat is a very powerful goddess on many planes. So, although I won't be able to assist you directly, I thought perhaps there is something I could do to help you in a more indirect fashion.
Won't be able to. or won't.
She kind of laughs and she says, "That's a fair point. I could, but I won't. I think you are more than capable. You just need a little help."
He seems to at least appreciate the honesty.
Well, Lightbreeze, I think we have some, a few questions ourselves before. First of all, I would like to know if you had anything to do with any of those dreams I had about Neverwinter and Crystalwood being attacked, and all the other dreams, or even this, and he rolls up his sleeve, revealing all the messy bullshit of a tattoo on his arms.
She says, I know nothing of the dreams of which you speak. And she comes over and kind of looks at your tattoos. She says, these are very strange. I've never seen anything quite like them. My instincts tell me that the hand of a deity is involved with this, although I'm not sure which one.
Ruh-roh.
Are you associated with any particular deity?
I worship Seulune as my main goddess.
Perhaps it is her then. If you have drawn the interest and notice of a deity, you're either very lucky or cursed.
Yeah.
Depending on how things play out.
Well, I've seen you. I recognize you from my dreams. I recognize you directly, and your influence, warning me to prevent, me and my, associates prevent these atrocities. And if you don't have a hand in those, then I don't know who does.
She says, well, that's very interesting, but I can assure you I'm not responsible for your dreams about me. That is very unusual. You see the other elf kind of glaring at you. He seems to be grinding his teeth.
The first time Uriel had a dream about a pretty girl.
Well, seeing the other elf grind his teeth, he'll is there a problem?
I do hope your dreams about my wife weren't inappropriate, he says.
No, they were above board. She warned me. She spoke with me about the cult, and it was a woman I
Can't
never
make any
recognized
promises about
before.
tonight, though.
So.
She says, well, if I've answered your questions to your satisfaction, I have prepared a gift for each of you to aid you in your quest.
We'll be honored to receive these I don't even know how to freaking label it. Gifts, from you.
Okay, who would like to go first?
How about the one who's had dreams about you?
If you need some privacy.
See, I'm worried because with this crew, I feel like we could piss people off like that, So I feel like we're on that border.
I mean, you could piss people off like that.
And that's true. Yuri always got that touch.
How can he piss people off with his no? It's so cute.
Fireball.
True.
She says, well, first, Uriel, I do have something for you, but I see that you are not whole.
Nope, a lot of me is missing.
That's what you get when you piss off a dragon.
I apologized, and I feel like I've spent these 2 of the longest weeks of just spilling drinks and not smoking. I'm on edge. 2 weeks sober, got the token. So I feel like Navera, you know, you should maybe give me some slack. I feel like I've fixed some things.
He's
He said
atoned
2
for
whole-
his sins.
You said 2 whole weeks without a hand.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, I do have a priestess of Airdrie here that could help you with that."
I would be honored to receive your help.
She says, "Mistweave, would you take him to the healer while I speak with his friends?"
Okay.
You have other people here besides just you and your husband?
Oh yes, there are quite a few people here.
Yeah,
People
I'll
come and
follow
go.
Miss Weave. So.
Okay, so he takes you through the castle to another chamber. There's another winged elf woman in this chamber. Only her hair is black, as are her wings, and she is dressed in these strange robes of kind of blues and purples.
Okay.
And she proceeds to cast a spell on you.
Okay.
Get a spell on you.
And
think-
your hand grows back
Did
within
a tattoo
within a few
return to it?
minutes.
Does it grow back on his arm?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
What was that, Kyle?
Do the tattoos return with it?
Yes, they do. Strangely,
should have been coming out of the side of his head. Or
Now,
something.
I feel like
Cool.
Uriel would have some fruitless way to flirt with this elf woman.
okay, sure.
But as I am Kyle, I do not have. So I think I'm going to make a, quick charisma check.
Okay, you can just say he flirts with her. You don't have to.
I want to see how awful. I want to
Okay.
see how bad he trips
How
up.
badly he does.
Oh,
Oh, not bad.
okay.
Not too bad.
She does tell you that she's old enough to be your great grandmother.
That's
That
not
one's
fair.
something.
She's an elf thing.
Yeah.
So she's old enough to be Nivara's mom?
Yeah.
That
Probably.
won't stop me, That doesn't put me off.
She seems slightly flattered, maybe, but
Yeah.
slightly weirded out as well.
Yeah.
But baby, I've got 2 hands now.
All right. So the rest of you are in the dining room, quote unquote. Thurin, we'll handle you first.
All right.
She says, "Come with me," and she leads you down a few levels to another room. This looks more like kind of like a sitting room. There's a fireplace and some comfortable chairs. And she has like some basically like packages like sitting on a table. And she hands one to you, Thurin. And when you open it, you find inside a suit of armor, of leather armor. And it's made of a dark, kind of grayish blue colored leather. The shoulders and the upper arms are cunningly dyed, so it looks like there's like dark grays and white, so it looks like there's like kind of like storm clouds on the shoulders. And then from the elbows to the cuffs of the sleeves, there's this gleaming silver embroidery that when you just look at it, it looks like it's rain coming down from the clouds. But when you look at it really close, you see that there are actually like these little runes in the raindrops.
Thurin would put it on.
Okay, so it's studded leather armor, and you notice when you put it on that it's very lightweight and very like kind of supple and comfortable. Like you could wear this under clothing, no problem, if you wanted to.
right.
And Nivara, she hands you a package. And when you open it, yours is a shirt of silvery mithril like mail. And when it looks like silver, like the color of like silver or platinum, but when the light hits it just right, it reflects kind of a bluish tinge. And this also could be easily worn under clothing if you wanted to. What is going on over here? You guys are silly. Okay. Mastig. She asked you to come in the other room with her. Your gift's in the other room.
All right,
Could be a sweet axe.
all right, but no funny business.
Sweet.
All right.
Business, lady.
And actually, Uthgrim, she's going to ask you to come as well.
This is highly inappropriate.
So
He'll
Mastig,
follow warily.
okay, Mastig, she points you to a stand that has a suit of plate armor on it, of dwarven proportions, and it is made of adamantine, so it's like gleaming black in color. And you see that there are magical runes engraved on the shoulders and chest and inlaid with mithril.
Is this of elven make?
Yes, it looks like it is. But it looks like it's made kind of with dwarven sensibilities, so there's not like a ton of, elvish stuff on it.
So no like leaves,
No.
no curly cues and whatever. It's got
Right.
nice dwarven right angles.
Right, yeah. You
All
think
right.
you think a dwarf at least consulted on this armor.
All right. Well, as long as they're getting consulting work, I guess that's good.
And
There might be taking
Mastig,
jobs in your communities, but you're getting some consulting work. So.
or
That's all right.
sorry, Uthgrim, she points you to a stand that has a suit of half plate on it. And this armor is made completely of mithril.
Just throwing around that mithril. Everybody gets mithril.
That's
Sort of
right.
look-
You get mithril. You get mithril.
Right.
You get mithril.
It's going to be the mithril shoe now.
And what is the price of this gift that you give us? Very rarely do people give such things away for free.
She says, well, of course I want you to succeed on your mission and stop this cult and stop Tiamat from returning to the material plane. In the future, after that, who knows? I'm sure I can find something worthy of the Golden Shoe Company. There are always things that need done, evil that must be opposed.
I want to try an insight on this person.
Okay.
My bullshit detector is way up on this. So is
Oh.
Mastic's. Is
like
this a devil or a demon or something messing with us?
No, but you do think that she has something in mind, like something specific in mind for you guys.
I demand to know what it is. I demand.
Uthgrim is fucking down with that.
She says, well, very well. I don't want you to get distracted from your current quest. That should come first. But you may remember a certain black dragon that you've had dealings with. And
Yeah.
you may remember that you found a certain artifact for him.
Did we? Sorry, I don't remember that.
The crown.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
She says, if he has the time to study it, which I know that he intends to do, he will become very dangerous. When this is all dealt with, I would like you to take care of that.
Take care of it by what? You want the crown? We're going to take it from him and give it to you?
I would definitely be happy to study it, but the important thing to me is that it's gotten away from him. What you to do with it at that point is up to you. He intends to use it to extend his life and power. He's been seeking immortality for a long time.
And these items you offer us, are they magical?
Yes.
Okay.
They are enchanted, and they have each been enchanted for you specifically. And
Meaning,
as you grow in power, so will they.
So, like, Uthgrim's gonna lean over to Mastic because they're in this room and just kind of like whisper to him, be like, "It's a bit strange that she's only telling us this now." Did I block that from you when I did that?
No, I heard it.
You heard it.
It is strange. You're right.
She says, I apologize. I'm not trying to be deceptive. I've just learned people more information than they ask for. Sometimes people prefer not to know.
So my insight check let me know that she was holding something back.
Yeah, that she wanted something specific from you and not just a general help me out someday in the future. But you didn't. Did I
get a general vibe of her too? Is she evil? I mean, I suppose I can't detect if it's like magical or something like that. But
you don't beyond like what I just told you. You don't sense any like she's trying to deceive you or manipulate you or anything.
All right. Well, I guess we'll grab it. I guess I'll take it, but I'm not going to put it on.
Okay.
Just to be clear, at Mastic, having done mercenary work, it's a bit lowbrow, but I'd like to be clear on the terms here. If we take this, are we obliged to do this thing for you later?
She says, "Well, I would hope that you would be honorable and return my favor with one of your own. But I am not going to force you, if that's what you mean."
So there'll be no gay ass?
No.
Okay.
When I came in this room, it was getting a bit uncomfortable.
She said, if I wanted to do that, I wouldn't need to give you such priceless gifts. I found that people are much more, do much better when they do things of their own free will.
Surely you understand our hesitation to just take gifts from someone we've never heard of, right?
Of course. You must be cautious. There are definitely powerful magics that conceal themselves as beneficial items, but turned out to be cursed. I've run into those myself once or twice.
These aren't cursed, right?
Of course not. I've enchanted these myself. And they were all crafted by people I know and trust.
Yeah. I'm going to start checking mine out too a little bit. Can she be more specific? Can you be more specific in how exactly these things are better than regular, what I currently wear?
Sure. So she'll proceed to explain it to you, which mechanically you've basically identified it.
Okay.
I'm not really sure like how to explain it non-mechanically.
Yeah,
so I can just tell you mechanically what it is. That what you want to know? Just kind of what it does?
Yeah, basically. I'm curious. Yeah.
So it's full plate and it has a +1 enchantment. It also has the gleaming property, which means it never gets dirty. Like it always looks well polished. And because it's made of adamantine, you're immune to critical hits. So any critical against you is just a normal hit.
Shit, that's nice.
Yeah.
And do I have to be attuned to it?
No.
Okay. Even better.
And it's also half the normal weight, which probably doesn't matter to you being a dwarf, but.
Well, that's pretty kick-ass, I must say. I'm much more impressed now that I know a little more specifically. How about Uthgrim's half plate? What's the deal with that?
So his is also +1. It's also half the normal weight. It has the gleaming property. And because it's made of mithril, it does not give him disadvantage on stealth like half plate normally would.
So you made a little never get dirty? Yes.
Nope. It's kind of like, what's
So
it called? Rain X? Like it just falls off. Yeah.
Shine like this forever? Oh my God.
It'll go great with fabulous.
There you go. You will be
Uriel is gonna love
super
this.
fabulous. All right, so she leads you guys back in the other room, and by now we'll say that Uriel's back. His hand is almost fully grown back by now. That arm looks a little bit
fully grown back.
Yeah, well, that arm's still a little bit shorter than the other one, but it's like you can see it growing like before your eyes.
Is the hand normal, or is it like a little small hand?
No, the hand's normal. It's just your arm's kind of short.
Little baby hand.
Oh, that'd be
It's not good.
freaky.
And like awkward handshake where the person's like, well, yeah.
So upon seeing Ruthgrim looking totally fabulous, you'll walk up.
Oh, he's not wearing it yet. He's not wearing it yet.
Oh, yeah.
He's holding
Theron's
it.
wearing his.
All right, so Nivara, yours is the equivalent of a chain shirt +1, but because it's elven chain, you can actually wear it even though you're not proficient in medium armor. It's considered light armor.
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah.
No, he's just gonna give you a magic item and be like,
You can't wear it.
Well, some bards can wear medium armor. I just can't because I'm
Right.
not the right school.
Right. Yeah, it's considered light armor, and that also applies like for the time it takes to put it on and take it off. And Tyvel, when you open your package, you see a suit of armor that seems to be made of white dragon hide.
ho ho, Lingen.
Wow, cool.
And she
Nice.
tells you that this is actually very special to her because she made this from the hide of the first dragon she ever slayed.
Well, shit. Tyvel is humbled as he normally is, and humble brag, and thanks her profusely and wishes the blessings of Chante upon her and all that fun stuff.
You never forget your first time.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So this it has the armor class of scale armor, but because it's made from hide, you can wear it.
Cool.
And it. Nathan, were you one of the ones that have the DMG?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. So it has the properties of dragon scale armor in there. The only difference is it doesn't have a +1 bonus. It's just whatever the regular scale armor is. But if I remember right, it gives you advantage to saves versus dragon fear. And since it's from a white dragon, you have resistance to cold damage. I think.
Nice.
Now that whole being immune to critical hits, I'm almost sure I'll forget that.
You really think you're going to forget that?
I bet I will. I've gotten a lot of stuff lately. It's going to be easy to forget.
Well, we'll try to remind you.
Yeah. Yeah, you have advantage on saves versus frightful presence. Oh, and breath weapons of dragons.
Oh, cool. What page is that on? Just so I can look at it.
165. And resistance to cold damage. You can
So what
also
does-
you can also focus your senses as an action to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon within 30 miles of you that is the same type as armor.
Interesting.
You can
And
do
aren't
that
we
with-
after the White Rider or whatever? Like a certain white dragon? Isn't that our quest right now?
The white worm speaker, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it has all of those properties except what?
It has everything in the book except the +1.
Okay, everything.
Because I tried to keep these all out of the very rare territory because
Yeah.
I don't want to. But as I said, they will actually increase in power as you guys go up level.
So what does Thurin's armor do?
It is Studded leather +1. And it also never gets dirty. None of these get dirty.
What you said Nivara's actually did.
It never gets dirty.
I meant the mithril chain shirt, like.
It's
light armor, not medium.
Yeah.
I think was a big property.
Yeah. And it also is +1, so it's 1 armor class better than whatever a chain shirt normally is.
Bye-bye AC difficulties.
Yeah.
So does Thurns have a special property, or is it just +1?
Yeah, it doesn't have a special property. Yeah, they don't all have like special things.
Uriel didn't
But it
get
never
his
gets
yet.
dirty, so.
Okay, so Uriel, now that your hand has completely grown back,
Starts grabbing everything, putting it down, and just like
she hands you a sword.
a sword.
And this is actually the sword that you saw in your dream. It's a long sword that seems to be made of 1 piece of clear crystal.
He's flabbergasted. What does this? You know, he accepts it on a knee. You know, and you know, thanks her. And, you know, what properties does this sword hold?
She says, well, this is a thing of my own creation. It's very similar to the one that I wield. You probably noticed that your friends I've given items of defense. You however, I am giving a weapon, which I must confess I am very reluctant to do so. I usually don't give people weapons for obvious reasons. So I trust that you will use this wisely, and I will warn you that if you do not, it will no longer serve you. Do you take it?
Yeah, I take it.
When you touch it, you feel a presence in your mind.
Ruh-roh.
And you think this blade actually has some kind of intelligence of its own. It doesn't communicate with you, but you just feel like that it has a personality of some kind.
Madam, I feel something else, something extra as I hold this blade. I feel the presence of life in this blade, and I don't understand it.
She says, let's just say that is my assurance that it won't be used improperly. If you try to use it for an evil deed, it will return to me.
Okay. I respect your caution, and I loyally will use this blade for good deeds.
Okay, so Nathan, your armor does require attunement. And Uriel, this sword requires attunement, but the other items don't.
Okay.
Oh, Nathan's on the phone.
Maybe he's getting the call about that job.
Yeah, about that job next week. Yeah. So that's another reason, like, some of them don't have the properties.
Makes sense.
So Uriel, your sword basically functions in a lot of ways as a staff.
Okay.
So once you've attuned with it, it's considered a +2 sword as far as like using it as a sword. It also gives you a +2 bonus to armor class, saving throws, and spell attacks.
Jeez. Okay. Give me a second. I need to find somewhere to write that.
So upon inspecting the armor, does it look like the runes are going down the sleeve like it's actually raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I have +2 to saving. No.
Where was it? Armor class, saves, and spell attack rolls.
Gosh, this means I need to update Tyvil's picture. Gotta fix that.
So yeah, Nathan, yours does require attunement.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So that means I'll have... How many attuned things can we have at a time?
3.
Great, okay, so I'll have 2 then. 2 things attuned.
Now you said it works all like a staff. Does that
Yes.
affect damage dice and stuff?
Okay, well there's more things it does. So it has 20 charges.
Okay.
Every day it regains 2d8 plus 4 charges at dawn. And if you ever use all the charges, you have to roll a 20-sided. If you roll a 1, it loses all its properties except just being a +2 sword.
Okay.
So kind of like a wand.
Regains 20 charges. I mean, regains 2d8 charges.
2d8 plus 4.
+4.
See, if I would have had more time, I would have like typed this up for you.
Okay.
Okay, so the charges, what you can do with those is you can do what's called a power strike, where you spend 1 charge and it does 1d6 more damage. And that is force damage.
Is that a bonus action or does that take a whole action?
It's not an action.
Okay.
It'd just be part of your attack with it. And I believe you could spend multiple charges to do as well. So like you could spend 2 charges and do 2d6 extra damage.
I see.
I think. And it also has some spells in it.
Okay.
So these all use your bonuses for like the saving throw and stuff. So you can cast Cone of Cold, and that costs 5 charges. Here, maybe I should type it. Would that be easier?
I already have it. I'm
Okay.
typing it as you said it.
Fireball, and that casts at 5th level, and that takes 5 charges.
Okay.
Hold Monster takes 5 charges.
Okay.
Levitate takes 2 charges.
Okay.
Lightning Bolt, and that's the 5th level version too, takes 5 charges.
Okay.
Magic Missile takes 1 charge.
Okay.
Ray of Enfeeblement takes 1 charge.
Takes how many? 2?
1.
1. Okay.
And do you have the DMG, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't have it on me. I have
Okay.
it where I play with people.
Okay. And Wall of Force
Okay.
takes 5 charges.
Dang.
And that's it.
Wow.
that sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I better watch it around Vern. Quick question. Now you said it had properties like a staff.
Yeah, that's all the spells. That's how staffs work, is they have
I did
spells
not
in
know.
them. Yeah.
Wow.
It's basically a staff in the form of a sword, is what it is. So, in that, you do have to attune to that.
Okay.
And when you have your DMG, if you're not sure how any of this works, it's the equivalent of a staff of power.
Okay.
And there's also something else called a retributive strike, which has a lot of mechanics, so we won't worry about it. Just know that if you ever need to, you can break it, and it will like do a crap ton of damage to everything around, including you. So it's kind of a Hail Mary kind of thing. If you're gonna die anyway.
Do I hear TPK?
Yeah. It's kind of like a nuke, you know. If you're at that point where you're like, we're all gonna die.
Oh, we're gonna die anyways.
Yeah.
Break.
Does it come with a scabbard or a sheath?
Yes.
Okay. You'll tie it next to his family sword. Or next to it. So they're right next to each other.
She says, I'm sure that you are all eager to return to your quest. Miss Dweeb will show you to the Hall of Mirrors. Unless you have any questions. Of course, if you would like to remain here for the time it takes you to attune to your items, you may do so.
Yeah, I think that's probably the safest route, right?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Unless
fine with
people, for some reason, have issues with attuning to their items or whatever. Oh, I guess it's only Uriel and myself, right? Yeah.
Uthgrim is just going to sidle up next to Mastig and sort of be like, so, you put it on. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to swap out the new stuff.
Now, does the sword have a name, Adam Whitebreeze?
No, you're free to give it a name. Probably should have a name.
I'll let it earn its name.
The smell kind of wafts off him.
At least you don't smell like roses anymore.
Damn straight there. I like the way you think.
Well, those of you that have armor, you notice that kind of seems to be part of the gleaming property. It is when you put it on, you just notice it for a few seconds and then you get used to it. But you notice this like this very light scent of like the air after a storm, like that kind of ozone rain air smell. Which probably offends Uthgrim, but
No, I was worried for a minute there that you're going to say it's the smell of like lilacs or something.
to go with that purple sword, yeah.
I mean, like...
You said there's no ground there?
I was hoping you would say roses for just a pure...
I'd have to make the mechanically suboptimal decision not to wear it. But ozone's fine.
Now, didn't we approach with the cult banner?
You guys weren't there yet. You're only like maybe halfway
Okay.
to Parnast. But yeah, you guys have a banner, one that wasn't used for toilet paper.
While people are attuning to their items, Navarre would try to talk to the Lightbreeze chick and ask her, what does it take to secure a position here for someone?
She says anyone who wishes to and is honest and good is welcome.
What if I wanted to get somebody else a position here, to learn the error of their ways?
She says, well, we normally don't do rehabilitation. Who did you have in mind?
My daughter.
Oh, I see. I think we could make an exception. If she came here of her own free will.
Okay. That'll happen.
Okay. And those of you that aren't like attuning to things, you're free to, walk around and stuff. She tells you that there are usually people training out in the yard if anyone wants to spar or practice archery or anything like that. I think someone in the chat is a little worried about the drunken mage having a nuke, but I don't know.
The 2-week sober.
Yeah, hey, he's on the program. Yeah. What step are you on now?
Never been, don't know.
I don't either.
It might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but I've updated Tyval's picture to show his new equipment.
On the tabletop, or?
Yeah, on the tabletop. I can move this over and whatever. Oh god, look here at the bottom of the map. You can see Tyval in all of his glory.
So pretty.
He's glorious.
Yeah, I know.
I can totally tell that's a white dragon skin. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey man, I do not have any I don't have any artism.
Hey, that's way better than I could do.
Artistic in the slightest. So that's best.
I like his green eyes.
Yeah. The boots stayed brown because I assume the armor didn't come with a matching pair of white dragon scale boots.
Yeah, well, she was smart enough not to offer anyone shoes. Oh, yeah. That could have gotten violent. So I think Mastic would take kindly to someone else giving you shoes. All right, so you guys chill for an hour, and then you're shown back to the mirror that you came through, and you walk through.
19 now.
And you're back where you came from.
Excellent.
Wow, power up.
Sweet. Ching.
Immune to critical hits, though. That's just great, Dwayne.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's great. Now, watch you never get crit again.
I know.
I don't know. I roll a lot of 20s, it seems like.
I don't know if I ever Have I been hit with a lot of crits? I don't even remember. I mean, it's cool, but
I know Uthgrim has. He's got.
I know.
Crit
I know
a good
Uthgrim's
number of
taking a good bite.
We need to get Operation BFD going again.
yeah. Yeah, she didn't have any potions, did she? I forgot all about that. Because I'll take Hill Giant Strength.
Who are already gone.
Large. What else? Potions, man. That's where it's at.
Potion.
No concentration, no bullshit.
Can we
Guys need
take like
to...
a super quick break? I just want to grab a drink.
Yeah, that's cool. I could get a refill too.
Or alternatively, I can just step out for half a second, whatever works best.
No,
Rather than making everybody else, like,
I'm feeling a little parched.
I could go for a little break.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, break time. As always, during breaks, you get that, and you get that. Yeah, so if you're new here, which you may or may not be, and I may have made just like that, I don't know. Those links there will take you to Lex's website and to his YouTube channel. The website, you can find podcasts, which is like his major thing, from gaming to beer. And on the YouTube, you can find this session's videos, future sessions videos, previous sessions videos, all that fun stuff. We're here every Thursday. I say that every Thursday that is possible for us to be here. I know that might be a little shaky in the future because Lex is moving. And Friday at roughly the same time. Friday you can see some of us that are here involved in that. And, you know, Thursday all of us are here doing this most of the time. Yeah. Once everyone's back, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming for, I don't know, up to 2 hours, I think, depending on things.
Yeah. Lex said that we may end a bit early tonight.
Okay.
He was saying that he was traveling, and so he didn't have as much time as he normally has to do prep, so he didn't want to go through stuff that he hadn't prepped for.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, then there's that. You gotta finalize. I think level 4 Conjure Woodland Beings is what I want. I think that's my level 4 spell. I don't know. Level 4, the spells are good, but they just seem situational. Like Stone Skin's cool. Like, you know, I could stack resistance on someone as long as they're not getting hit by magic. Which would be broken as hell on Uthgrim as long as the thing hitting him isn't magical.
Yeah, I kind of want. My suspicion is that Lex might rule that as being duplicative, and so not really. You know,
Sure.
I don't know mechanically if that's how it should work, but I agree with you. It seems like it would be like, whoa,
Yeah.
like quarter damage.
I mean, yeah, it's totally what Lex says. I personally would let it, you know, go along. A, because there's no rule that explicitly says no, and B, I mean, yeah, you get Stone Skin and you're raging. That's like a, you know, double thing, and it's not like Stone Skin's cheap. I mean, it uses my only level 4 spell slot, and it costs money.
That's true.
So,
And it only works against certain types of attacks. So
yeah, and if shit's hitting you magically, it's like, well, ignore this spell. That's why I think I've gone with Woodland Beings for now. I don't know. I kind of thought about taking one of the wall type spells. Yet again, we don't run from that many fights.
but maybe we ought to.
Yeah, maybe we ought to.
I think that's kind of the hint I got from the items we just picked up.
Yeah.
What was that?
Like,
shit's about to get quite a bit tougher than we're used to, maybe.
Shit's gonna get real.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there are some good spells. Like, you know, I could prepare, say, Firewall, which is awesome in multiple ways, just because, you know, Firewall. But it just seems like, unless we're running away, that spell only hinders the group. That's like,
Unless you can isolate. If you can isolate somebody with it, you know.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it can be a wall, or it can be a semicircle, or it can be a dome. So...
Well, there's a few things behind this. One is I don't like giving out items that no one's going to use. You know, like the adventure might be like, hand out a suit of +1 chainmail, but if nobody wears chainmail, it's like, I don't want you to have like magic items that no one uses. And you're just like, can I trade in this chainmail for studded leather or whatever? And I also don't like just like, you just happen to find just the thing that you need, you know, in a treasure hoard. So this way I can like have items that are kind of made for your characters and have it sort of make sense at least.
I mean, that's great because it's like, you know, that solves the problem of if you want to give Tyvel a new set of armor, your options are leather and hide,
right?
Pretty much. Because you can't touch metal stuff. I mean, you could go along and say there's this rare kind of like tree bark that's like plate for some reason if he could wear heavy armor. Or something
could be stone,
like
right?
that. Or stone, or just something more ridiculous along those lines, more fantastic. But Dragon Scale definitely works that out. It's kind of nature related.
Yeah.
I now have an AC of 19, so that's excellent.
Nice.
As long as I've got my shield. You and stone doing its whizzy thing.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, am I allowed to have everybody's new AC?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, 19. I got a bump of 2, I think. Which is cool because my dex bonus is only 2, so it being medium armor didn't affect
cool.
me.
Yeah, see, that's why, you know, I couldn't give Trevor better than Studded Leather, because he's got crazy decks. So. Even like the Elven Chain, there's a dex bonus maximum. So.
What's Mastig's new AC?
19.
Nice.
New frame. Yep. There. Uriel has a new AC.
Kyle?
It looks like he's talking, but I can't hear anything.
I think he might be muted.
I was so muted. I was muted so hard. Yeah, 13 unmodified and 16 when I have mage armor up, which I did cast.
Man, you still have a really low AC.
I mean,
oh, you don't have any dex,
shield,
right? You don't have a dex.
I have
bonus.
1 dex.
Oh, 1 dex.
Yeah. If I cast shield, that's 18, which.
And you almost always have major armor up for like fights, don't you? I hope.
Yeah, I cast it in the morning.
Didn't you get the Ring of Protection? Or did someone else get that?
Someone else got that.
Oh, Nivara got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew it was one of the low AC people.
That makes Nivara's AC the exact same as Uriel's when he has mage armor.
16.
Cool.
That's pretty good. For like, you know, a non-frontline character.
Which is terrifying, by the way. In the sense that what are we going to start seeing?
Let's not think about that.
So, Chrissy, you have 14 for the armor, right? 14 AC?
Yes, because it should be
Cool.
14 for the armor, 1 from Dex, and 1 from Ring of Protection.
Cool. Awesome. And well, hang on a second. Oh, okay. I see. I was gonna say maybe there isn't a Dex maximum with the Elven Chain, but it's not actually light armor. It just can be used even if you're not proficient. But it doesn't go so far as to say it is light armor as far as that goes. Because that would be OP. It's like in 3rd edition, there was, what was it, Armor of Nimbleness or something? Where you could get more of a dex bonus with it. It was one of the enchantments. That was
I mean,
a little...
there's Armor of Invulnerability in this one, so...
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like, isn't that legendary?
Yeah. 10 minutes ago, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
10 minutes
I know that's on Dwayne's wish list. When I asked people what magic items they wanted, he's like, Armor of Invulnerability.
Fair enough, man.
Why not reach for the stars? You know, you never know.
Well, you take a level of Paladin and just grab a Holy Avenger along the way, you know?
Like
Oh
the
my
level
God.
20 Holy Avenger capstone skill? Is that what you mean?
I have resistance to the Dungeon Master.
I played a paladin for the first time last weekend. That is a hell of a fun class. I would suggest it.
Yeah, I play
Paladins are
Paladin in a pretty terrible campaign that I play in on Fridays. I'm just kidding.
Oh!
It was sarcasm.
Oh,
It was
no.
sarcasm.
Oh, no. The
yeah.
DM's right there. He's right there.
Where is he? I don't see that tyrant anywhere. Is he
Only
too
his character that's short.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was gonna say. Wait,
I
no,
see
that's
a
Matt.
smile on his face, but I see hurt in his eyes.
But no, yeah, yeah. Oh god, no! But yeah, paladins are neat. Especially Goliath paladins that are righteous and bumbling.
I did an Oath of Vengeance, and
Yeah.
holy shit.
That's the
I was
only
just
one
going-
people ever pick, I think.
I just went around fucking picking, like, locks and shit, and kicking down doors and just raiding
Picking
people.
locks. What kind of
Yeah.
paladin picks locks?
Yeah, okay, so I played a paladin who had a background of, like, bounty hunting and all this type of stuff. And he could pick locks and do all sorts of, like, really stupid shit for a paladin.
Awesome.
Well,
My alternate character idea for this, if Grim had died in early levels, was actually a Oath of Vengeance Dragonborn paladin who would have been like all about like ganking evil dragons. Like that would have been his like mission in life, was just like, you know, going after these sorts of guys. So I thought it was thematic, and I thought it would be fun, but I love it too much.
Cool.
He will never die.
I still want to do a battle. What is the battle? Whatever fighter.
Battlemaster.
Yeah, and build like just really a tank fighter.
I got close to being a Battlemaster fighter. This close.
But I've never seen it. I've never seen it in play. I don't know what it's like. Seems cool.
Well, prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, Trevor's back.
Yeah,
I didn't
well,
even
I
notice
mean-
he was gone.
Oh, Uthgrim's going that way.
Yeah,
Going
that's
that
what
direction.
Yeah, because he's kind of like going the tactics route, and he's gonna So
Cool.
we'll see how it goes. I've never played one, so I think it'll be fun.
I've seen one played, and the superiority dies are really cool. You know, like all its different stances and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw a video about doing a battle master with the pole arm feet
Yeah.
that looked pretty sweet, and the sentinel feet.
Yeah, that's really neat. It's like, you can't leave, and you can't come near me.
Yeah.
And if you do, you're in for a really bad time.
So they just control the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like
cool.
a,
yeah.
it's like a 4th edition warden. They do
That'd
really
be a
good
lot of
job.
fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah.
Hella warden.
What's Thern's new AC?
Hold on, I can't hear you guys.
Oh, no.
There we go. What'd you say?
What is Thern's AC?
It's now 17.
Wow. That's good, because Thurin was getting cranked a lot.
Yeah.
It was kind of rough to be Thurin there for a while. What was your AC before? Like, it was pretty low, wasn't it? Like 15?
When we started, it was 15. Then when I got the feed at 4, it went to 16. Now it's 17.
Cool. You're getting there. One increment at a time.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys continue on to Parnast. And you enter the village. Oh, I have a map. Hang on. Let's go to the map. Oh wait, let me copy your dudes. Copy. Oh, actually, they're already here. Well, I'll copy them. You guys might have changed something.
Yeah, and I need to get Tyvel situated again with his new digs.
Oh, what did I do? Someone might be off the screen. We'll see. All right, so I will move you guys over here.
Blando
Calrissian. Map maker extraordinaire.
Is your food too spicy?
I know that name.
You need a Blando.
You know, Blando is going to watch this, and I'm going to get very strongly worded emails from him. Quit making fun of my name.
Don't you know I'm the best map maker in the business?
Well, yeah, he's got umlauts over the O. So.
I didn't know he was from New Orleans.
So you guys are entering the town at the top left where it says 1. The village has a few dozen houses and a small square with buildings that include a tavern, a stable, and a shrine. In contrast to this rustic burg stands a mighty ice castle, half hidden in a fog-shrouded ravine. Walls stand 40 feet high, huge narrow towers loom upward, one of blue ice, one crumbling, and all of it is built to a scale for giants. Whiffs of fog hide much of the castle's detail, but you see 2 statues standing just before the enormous gate. And I don't know why it's describing all this, because I don't think you could see this from where you're at, but there you go. There you go.
You felt short before.
Did you just call me a short whore?
That's what it sounded like.
We got rid of the...
Oh no, Steve.
Steve, no, you're really blurry right now.
He went out of phase. He's out of phase.
No.
That's what it looks like right in the middle of a dimension door spell.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, you guys are walking into this town.
What's this big building number 3?
Big building number 3 is a stable. The 2 big doors leading into the stable are sealed, and the place looks shuttered. And there are people, you know, milling about in the streets, village people. You see laborers, porters, craftsfolk, and just people, you know, people who live here going about their daily business. And yeah, number 3 is a big-ass stable.
Can I point out that I don't see Uthram on this map, but I see a second Tyvel token?
Yeah, kill Green and Brownville. He's not the true. He's an imposter. An imposter.
Yeah,
Good
I think
God.
when I copied over, I think Uthram went off the side of the map. I'll go get him.
Just 'cause he got lost in the chaos or whatever the fuck he is.
That's what happened to Steve.
Well, I'll roll up that Dragonborn, I guess.
There he is.
All right, so what's at 5? Is that the village well in the middle of town?
Let's see. Yes, this is the village well and square. A well stands at the center of the village square. 4 buildings surround it, an empty shrine, a wheelwright's shop, a tavern, and a stable.
Uriel will toss a coin down the well.
You guys see in this area there are timber merchants, woodsfolk, and others haggling over the fine lumber here. There are wagons loaded with supplies.
I don't see the merchant that I escorted previously that was into fine woods.
No. You do, however, see around the well there are 5 human guards kind of posted near the well.
Does everybody seem to be acting normally? Like there's this huge fucking ice castle off in the distance and everybody's just kind of chilling, doing business?
Yeah, no one seems to pay it any mind.
Okay.
Well, Uriel throws a gold coin down the well.
Okay. The well is 40 feet deep.
Okay.
Your coin sinks to the bottom.
I'm going to ask the guards why they're guarding the well. Are they guarding the well?
They seem to be just kind of keeping an eye on the trade and everything going on.
Yeah. What's news in town, boys?
Let me see here.
They need to have 140 in accents here.
Yep.
Okay, they kind of look you guys over. You all are new in town, aren't you?
Damn right, it's adamantium armor. I know you didn't ask, but
yeah, they seem fairly reluctant to converse with you. You can make a persuasion roll to try to get them to tell you something meaningful. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
no, I can't.
Say we're very busy. Go about your business.
Very busy. I'm not buying that. What's the name of the tavern over yonder?
The tavern is the Golden Tankard. That is number 2. A yellow tankard hangs over the door of this rustic tavern.
What's this building here? I hate to just pick them up because they have numbers, but it's the only thing I really have to go on.
Yeah, that's fine. Number 4 is the shrine.
Shrine 2?
This wooden building is a shrine for woodcutters, and it combines several gods under one roof. Specifically, actually, someone give me a religion roll before I just hand out information.
11.
Okay, cool. Mastig and Nivara, you both represent or recognize statues for the god Oral, Shantea, and Myliki. And the 4th statue, you don't recognize Mastig, but Nivara recognizes as Angaroth, who is a rather obscure elven deity representing the spring. So each of these statues represents one of the 4 seasons.
I think.
Does there seem to be any other elves in town, or is this like a mostly human settlement?
It's mostly human. You know, you see some dwarves here and there, half elves. There's probably an elf or 2, but the majority of the people seem to be human.
Why are all of these humans and dwarves and stuff worshipping an obscure elven deity?
Uthgrim would recognize the Oral, I think, Lex, based on his background, and he'd be very sort of put off by that.
Yeah, Oral is representing winter here. Angaroth is spring. Shantea is summer, and Myliki is autumn.
Mastig's lost interest.
You see at Oral's feet, there is a dead squirrel. Angaroth's statue has been defaced by having her face and hands chopped off. The statue of Myliki is freshly painted and has a set of small cups, bits of bread, and other small sacrifices at its feet. So not a lot of respect for Angaroth.
Does there appear to be anybody in there, or
No, it's
a
empty.
priest or anything? No.
It's just a shrine. So I think I've described the major buildings. The other buildings are people's houses and warehouses and.
All right, first round's on me.
Where were we told to go for the flying castle?
Well, the castle is here. Like you can, from where you guys are now, you can see it. It's down at 7
Oh,
on the
right.
map.
I mean, what's the hurry? It's not like the
Kinda.
castle's just gonna fly. Oh, well.
Oh wait.
You know, we could skip the tavern. I guess
Maybe just one pint.
Okay, yeah, just one. We're gonna get a feel
I mean-
for the town. You know?
Right,
I mean,
right.
if Mastic's by,
Yeah.
sure, one pie.
The way fucking Uriel throws around coins, he should be buying.
All right, so when you guys go inside, you see the place is short on cheer. All conversation stops and all eyes turn in your direction.
Yeah,
A
it's
tall-
adamantine, baby. Adamantine.
A tall, heavy-set man with enormous mutton chop sideburns steps forward and asks, "What can I get you, travelers?"
Around for everybody.
Everybody in the bar. Free
Yeah.
drinks.
Okay.
Around for everybody.
He says, you can get a mug of beer for 3 copper or a mug of strong mead for 1 silver.
I'll just do the strong mead, one for everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hoping
Nathan,
it's
you
all
might
in the
you might
mood.
rub some cultists the wrong way with that armor.
Might want to wrap that cloak a bit tighter.
All right, so you guys order some meads. He says, "I will send the pot boy out to you in a moment with the finest available in my humble tavern."
You say I ordered booze. You don't have to send the pot boy.
And he goes to the kitchen bellowing for someone to open a cask.
Cool. Let's size up the room. Can I do a perception?
Sure.
How about that?
There are people in here.
Wow. It appears that I'm indoors.
Thurin's gonna look around to see if there's any shifty people that he should be wary about.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Trevor to roll like a 30 on one of these things. There we go. It's 24.
Okay.
You look in the mirror and see yourself, Thurin. Shifty.
So Thurin, you notice that, kind of generally speaking, there are 2 types of people in here. The minority of the people in here seem to be just normal village laborers, just having a midday meal or having a pint of something to drink. The majority of the people in here don't really seem like they completely fit in, and they all periodically will kind of look over at you guys and give you not very friendly looks. And
Thurin assumes that they're cultists.
yeah, with that roll, you see signs on some of them that they are cultists, whether it's them flashing one of the symbols to each other, or having the 5 bands of color on a piece of clothing, or a insignia of Tiamat or something like that. Like you see enough of those things to feel pretty safe in assuming that all those kind of shifty guys are actually cultists.
All right. Thurin would whisper to Uthgrim to relay the information that he tells him that half of these guys are just normal people, and the other half are cultists.
Uthgrim's sort of like over the top of his drink. If he's gotten it already, he sort of like sips it and nods. About as expected then, hey?
How much silver did I spend?
He then thinks for a minute and subtly spits his drink back into his mug and puts it back down and says, "What about those fucking pieces? Remember that?" That's somebody's dog?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Oh, okay. Like dreaming or something?
Yeah.
Sounds just like my dog when she dreams.
Uriel, it was 1 silver per drink, so that would be 6 for you and your friends.
I bought it for the whole tavern.
Oh. Well, we'll say there's 20 people in here, so
Okay.
that would be
Yeah,
20
if you
silver
really
or
want to
2
call
gold.
my dog Steve, you can check out a couple weeks ago on Princess of the Apocalypse. You could see her taking a shit on my carpet.
Oh, great. I'll
Yeah,
definitely
what's-
tune in for that. Oh, God.
Yeah, you can just see the top of her head and her arched back.
Prince of the Apocalypse on Fridays. Come for the D&D, stay for the dog shit.
So never mind. I'm not gonna make the joke.
So
No,
you
whatever it was.
You guys are enjoying your mead, and you see a man walk up to the bar, get a drink, and he starts walking back to his table. And as he walks by your guys' table, he kind of glances over and gives you all a very kind of meaningful look and kind of nods his head very slightly towards the front door. And then he puts some coins down on his table, slams his drink back, and walks outside.
Is that a threat?
I think that's a threat.
No, man, that's an invitation.
He did not seem to be
Navara-
one of the cultists, Thurin. He looked
Navara
like
is
one of
very
the
curious and
normal
wants to
village
go find
people.
out what he wants.
I mean,
Thurn will stay and watch the cultists.
Uthgrim will definitely go with Ivara, yeah, why not? He'll slam his drink back and follow her.
Okay. So
Uriel.
Navara and Uthgrim go outside?
Yeah, Uriel casually talking accidentally spills his drink and cursing, he just slaps it away and walks out.
Still trying to figure out the new hand, eh?
Yeah.
You know.
The slapped mead goes flying all over Tyvel, and so he storms out after Uriel.
You know, I just have to make an expanse joke here and tell you, I've heard that for a few days after you get a hand regenerated, that if you jack off it feels like it's someone else.
The stranger.
I knew where that was going right when he said, "I'm gonna make a joke."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Futurama joke.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, Fry gets his hand cut off and he gets a new one grown on and he's like, "Ah, great hand. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna break it in later tonight."
Awesome.
Just wait till somebody casts Magic Mouth. There's a lot of good jokes associated with Magic Mouth.
Don't know if I've ever actually seen a PC cast Magic Mouth.
All right, so Nivara, Uriel, and Uthgrim go outside. And Thurn stays inside. Mastig, are you going or staying?
I'll follow him outside.
Okay. So you guys walk outside and you see the guy like kind of chilling by the corner of the building. This corner